Welcome back to the eighth episode of the Out on Loan podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jeff Canova, joined by this is a history in the making, the reunion of the year. There's always comebacks. We've had what was the recent like reunion or whatever. Sometimes um wasn't there like a what's that singer group with all the ladies who kicked out Camila Cabello?
That really narrows it down. Oh, Fifth Harmony.
Yeah, there's a Fifth Harmony reunion. So this is our reunion,
Good
the
pull,
big
man. I
three.
like the Fifth Harmony reference in 2025. Good pull, Jeff.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So this is
I
the
was gonna
big
go with
three.
Oasis, like the British band.
Right, right.
There
So
we go.
this is the big three reunion out on loan podcast. We've been dreaming about doing this since post graduation. I know Isaac, you're still well. Obviously,
Don't unk
Kieran.
me, okay? Here, bro.
No, 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 no. Don't not unking you. I'm just saying we got the Doc back for his second consecutive episode. Welcome back, Kieran. And then welcome and finally, 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 the man, the myth, the legend himself, Isaac Hausen.
Thank you. I knew Jeff was going to cook on the intro there. I'm surprised. I'm sorry it's taken me this long. I'm hoping this will not be the last. I feel like I know this won't be the last. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you to everyone out there that's already been showing Jeff a lot of love. He's been killing it. So I'm just honored to be a part of this right now. Thank you. Obviously, I'm the resident Bayern fan. I'm not sure if he's already talked about me. I've
Right.
been referenced before in the past, but I'm ready to get in, give my rational takes. If there's one thing that these guys know me for during the big three is adding a little humor to the broadcast. So expect some jokes, expect some random shouts, and just expect some random pop culture, I guess, polls from
No,
your boy.
I'm hoping that with you here, obviously, the big three. To give a little bit of a quick context for this episode, the big three was our group at WSPU 88.3 The Buzz. We've done a radio show. We did more than 130 episodes. I know Kieran was the one
Mm.
usually tracking them down. We all
More than
always
150, Jeff. More
more
than
than one fifth.
150.
See,
Mm.
this is why we have that connection. We always correct ourselves there
Don't
here
forget
and
about our
there.
coaches podcast too. That was like
And we did our coaches podcast. We helped out with that. Shout out to Bonnie's women's, men's, and soccer teams. I think they've been killing it this year.
mhm.
So obviously the big three began with us three supporting the biggest teams in Europe, and those three being obviously in Spain for my part, being a Real Madrid fan, in England, the Doc being a Manchester United fan, the Manchester United fan. No disrespect to you, Ritra. Shout out to Ritra as well. He's still homeless to this day, which I send our prayers out to our boy Ritra. Just send our prayers out. Send our prayers out. Send your prayers out. Come on.
We're not. You're not making me conform to a new religion on the first episode here, Jeff. We're not starting off that hot. I
Oh,
love you. I
okay.
don't know if I love you that much.
Okay, fair enough. And then obviously from German side, even though he does look like a German, Mr.
Okay.
Isaac Hausen.
Yeah. Where this is off to a great start so far.
I love
I don't know
this.
if do the Germans love the long hair look? I don't know. You see some Germans rocking the
Yeah,
long
you,
hair, I guess. So
hell
I
yeah,
think
man.
back in the day they did, Isaac. Back
Oh,
in the
back
day
in
they
the day.
definitely.
I'm
hey,
just more
bringing it
so
back.
referencing on the white pale skin tone of yours. That's
Okay,
mainly what I meant.
that's how we're starting this. I didn't know you were making those references on this podcast. No, okay.
I mean, you're the Bayern
Sure.
fan here.
I mean, fair. I mean, hey, you're. I guess what? I blame my ancestors on that one. I don't know.
No,
Sorry, someone
it's
came
a
over from the
beautiful
Mayflower.
trait. It makes you stand out. It makes you really stand out, Mr. Hausen.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, no, and obviously 150 episodes. We have that chemistry. We love all of our teams. We're big sports fans. Besides even the big three in soccer, I mean, we would always transition into pop culture references. Bit of baseball, obviously. He's the Yanks guy. Probably one of these episodes we'll probably mention the Yankees because playoffs are starting up soon, right?
Yeah. Excuse me. Big race. Yanks got like I think 6 games left. Only two
Yep.
games back in first place in the division. So looking to close out, win the division, and possibly maybe at the top seed in the AL. I think we're first or second. But yeah.
Yeah. So obviously we're not just soccer fans. We also love other sports as well. More particularly besides the two football teams. The two footballs. Obviously soccer and then football. I know I'm a weird casual Pats fan,
How about that
Bills fan.
loss this past
I know
weekend? How'd
you're
that
the
feel?
Steelers fan, and Doc. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. What
The
happened last
Ravens,
night, Doc? Are you guys?
we choked. We didn't
No.
choke. No, we
But
just
we
got
it's
destroyed.
the
We got
Ravens.
destroyed. Derrick Henry fumbled again. I mean,
Yeah.
what's new, right?
One of our players put Derrick Henry out on the trade block, so I'll be trying to make a negotiation for that as soon as possible. But
Fantasy trade this
yeah,
early? Trade Henry this early in the season? Man, Jeff, I hope you make that move.
I really do so hope to. I hope so as well. But yeah. But I guess kind of transitioning into our first segment. Obviously, yesterday was one of the most important nights of football, and by football I mean soccer. Ballon d'Or. I know, I'm kidding. 1 year ago, I think around this time period, I had probably, and this is another thing that made the Big Three so special, is I don't even know how many times we've gotten into massive, not even
Yeah.
arguments, just shouting, not even like debates, just shouting
Are we
arguments.
gonna bring up Allison and Courtois again?
Now the goalkeeper spots are fine for me. I think Courtois has been not been the best goalie. I think Gianluigi Donnarumma deserved that. I think he won the, was it the Copa Trophy?
I think
No,
so.
not the,
No, Cope was for the young player.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, the
I don't know what
Yashin,
the goalie one's
Yashin,
called, but he
Yes.
won the
Yes.
the
goalie.
Yashin, the
Yeah.
Yashin Trophy. So I don't think we're gonna get into debate, but we might later on in this episode based on the other rankings. But
No, I'm not gonna be
yes,
screaming for like near 40-year-old Manuel Neuer. I know where to stay in my lane for that one.
no, I'm talking about like just who deserved the rankings because the year before it was Courtois and we got into Allison and Courtois. Then the next year we got into I think Vinicius and Rodri. And you know me, I'm probably Vinny's biggest defender out there.
Yeah.
So last year I said on the episode I will never take these. I will never take France football serious again, and I think it continues this year. I think it has. I mean, congratulations to Ousmane Dembele to winning the Ballon d'Or. I think it was deserved based on the criteria. I mean, the
Hmm.
fact that Lamine was even. I thought Lamine was going to win it. That's why I posted back in, what was it, August, that I said Lamine was probably the best player in the world, is because I thought literally he was going to win the thing. I mean, there was just so many
Hmm.
conversations. Similar to how Rodri got in. Remember how like Rodri was like, by like a certain time period, he just got in the conversations out of nowhere
Hmm.
when the clear favorite was gonna be like Vinny. So the same thing was going on with Lamine, where I was like, he
Yeah.
might win it. The difference is now, the difference between those two is that I can take the Lamine one only because I think Lamine was just had a better year than what Rodri did. I mean, from the whole year, he was just at another level from terms of being the
Hmm.
playmaker, his goal scoring, the moments, and then as well the performances and the position that they play. I think where we got into football a lot is we're trying to act like we're smart, intelligent people that think that midfielders are just like the number one people. Like people are just like that conversation started last year. That's why I hate Rodri's Ballon d'Or win last year because it was gonna start these narratives about how like a midfielder is just more important than a game changer that is like a winger or a striker or a forward that will literally win you a game. Now I'm not saying that a midfielder can't help you win a game or dominate a certain series or win you a
Hmm.
league, but these are the type of forwards are just the best players in the world, and you've seen that through the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Ronaldinho, Zidane. Even I know Zidane was a midfielder, but he was one of the most gifted offensive pieces in the world. So that
Hmm.
Rodri Ballon d'Or winner just stunk it up for everyone for the next few years because now you're seeing players that it just doesn't make any sense why we're even talking about these players. But going back to Lamine one, I think Lamine just had a better year. So him winning it doesn't matter to me because he had an elite year and he had elite performances similar to what Vinny had last year, in which in the UCL semifinals he was just untouchable. You couldn't stop him.
Hmm.
Double team, triple team, he found out a way to just get the goals or get the assists or just terrorize the defenses. So I'm happy that he was in the race because he kind of did deserve it, but it's just
Hmm.
weird how like the criteria just doesn't make sense. It's almost like the Messi and Ronaldo thing where they flip flop like the criteria is just for a
Yeah.
player to win it. I just felt like it was going to be favoritism again, which I'm cool with because like Lamine is that good. But if we're talking about criteria, how everything went throughout the year, I mean, a Champions League winner, number one, won their team their first ever trophy in the history. They won. He won PSG their first ever trophy. Every
Yeah.
single round, he's contributed to a goal in their system. Was magical in every one of them.
Except for
Yeah,
one game against Bayern.
that one game. Yeah, except for that one game against Bayern. But that's funny enough. That
Conveniently,
was
they're leaving that one out of a lot of the graphics. That 5.9 red doesn't really fit well with a lot of the
right.
other ones. But I mean, we lost. Fair play. They were the better team. I'm not going
Oh
to sit
yeah.
here and complain about that. But
Oh, definitely.
there's that one performance they keep leaving out.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because since then he's been on a tear. I mean, he had like
Hmm.
almost what was it, 42
I
goal
think 39
contribution,
goals. Yeah,
39
Something like
goals,
that.
something like that. Yeah.
10 plus assists. I mean, he was just and even as a if you want to for these people that the people that sicken me are these people that are like, oh, the technical quality of a 5'5" magician who can do a little spinneroonie. no. Like, if you want to
Been a
get
really
into
bad
those
stretch.
no, seriously, these midgets, fidget spinners, like, oh, like these technically gifted players who are just so good. Yeah, if you want to get into those conversations, then Dembele definitely fits into that silly category, I guess, if you want to say it, because he is one of the most technically gifted. But here's the difference: he's a player that is efficient and will make a stamp on the game. He will produce and be
Mhm.
clinical, and that's what I think he deserved. I mean, he won the titles. He had a clutch year. And if you want to criticize Lamin's year, I mean, he won the league and the Copa, and he did have some magical moments in the Champions League, but he didn't win the Nations League, which they were promoting the living crap out of when
Yeah.
that game came out, and then Portugal just put a stomp on that. And I guess that's how Vitinha got top three, because for me that was just insane how he got into the top three. Is just
That's like
89 overall season.
Jorginho. That's like when Jorginho got third in
right.
2021.
So I mean,
That's
I
what I think
guess
is you brought up Rodri. I was thinking of going back to Jorginho because I feel like he was one of the first of that archetype where it was just really
oh
built off
yes,
of like the team
yes,
successes he was a part of. But I think throughout that process, we all pointed out how stupid he was in third place. Like
yeah,
that was even too high
yeah,
to even be in the conversation with Messi and
right.
Lewandowski that year. And now you're
It's
sitting at
insane.
that situation where I think Rodri was much more of a step up than Jorginho in
Right.
that year, so I can understand why they
Oh, without
voted
question.
for him winning it more. But it's still crazy that is now gone from like a third place lock in to now, oh, you
Right.
arguably are going to win the whole thing just from your team success.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, and I guess if you want to go even more back, I guess the Mothers one can even make more sense. I
Hmm.
I
guess
was gonna
Mothers,
bring
and I'll
that
be
one up,
fair.
yeah.
I mean, look, I can't deny Modric was elite, and I think what's the difference between him and comparing him to Jorginho or Vitinha is the fact that Modric is an all-time great. This is
Yeah.
a He came back from winning a three-peat Champions League, where he was the best midfielder in that run by far. He had like the best games, and he was probably the top three most important on that team with Ronaldo and probably I don't know who, like Ramos as well. Like if you want to
Hmm.
put into those, especially in that 2018 run where he won and then obviously he had the World Cup year where he was probably Croatia's like best player. I wouldn't say he carried them, but I would say he was probably like their best player by far. Um,
Hmm.
so it really started from that. I would say like this whole midfield conversation things, and I don't know. It's just I'm just happy Usman won it just for the sake of I guess the criteria makes sense,
Yeah.
but um, the other
Well, I
rankings,
mean,
I mean, Jesus
my
Christ.
comparison for that is kind of weird, but like it's kind of like the quarterback in the NFL. Like I know the quarterback is obviously way more involved than a midfielder. There's 11 people on a pitch, but
Right.
it's like with the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year awards. Yeah, because the quarterback is the facilitator for everything. He has the most opportunity. He has the most control compared to everyone on the field. Like, yeah, no, duh, he's more involved with stuff. Yeah, no, duh, he's more important. But it's how you shine in those roles. I think that should be more important rather than like, oh, you just have the most important role. You're really good at it. Okay, there you go. That's automatic. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
kind of like the default with quarterbacks getting the MVP. I want to see some variability. I know there's other people that are as important to their teams in other positions. I want that highlighted as well, not just
Yeah.
okay, cool, you're the best midfielder, you do the most, and your team was the most successful. There you go. Let's throw it at you year in year
Right.
out. And I think it also underplays. I think Dembele is arguably the best story we've had from a Ballon d'Or winner in
Oh
quite a
yeah.
while.
Yeah.
With how he's gone, how much he's gone through. I mean, that huge
Yeah.
mega money transfer was around 130 something mil, blew up. You were arguably the face of like failed transfers and failed wonder kids, especially with all those moves and injuries and not being able to stay healthy, whether it was your fault or not. And then to come back and have this year, and now you're a Ballon d'Or winner. 10, 15 years ago, if you were told a kid like you're going to be a Ballon d'Or winner, they're going to think they're one of the best in the sport. Now,
Right.
maybe Dembele's not one of the best in the sport right now because we're having this conversation about it, but that's still a huge honor. That's an honor that like think of how many kids had that dream versus the percent that actually achieved that. And then to
Yeah.
go through everything you did and to have that successful season, it's amazing. And I think now but that's the problem. We're all wrapped up in this conversation about who deserved it, where's this place. It underscores, I think, the real point of the award, which is to highlight people that have had a great year and to highlight those stories. You don't
Right.
get that now. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. I agree, and this Ballon d'Or is starting to really become almost like an MVP from like the NBA or NFL, where it's like
Yeah.
you're not really like we know Lamine is better than Uzman. Like I think he just is in just terms of like how impactful he is as a creator and just how much he can change a game by not even scoring a goal or anything like that. Plus, you got to bring in the fact that this kid is like almost 18, and
But
needs a
you can't
bit
though. I don't know if you can because I do understand that you have to go off of their ability that they do have and like what they're also capable, but you do have to just go off of what they've accomplished. Dembele simply won more. He simply I feel like
right.
had a better output.
Oh
And
no,
with
I
all
know
that in
that.
context, you do have to reward that. Like I understand, but
Right.
like it's tough. Like it's tough with these awards because you have to
It
go
is
off of
tough.
that. What they do with the
Right.
respect to their team versus competition and the whole thing with Lua with like representing Poland versus a Messi for the Argentina or these other major countries. Like when it comes down to, and if you're going to say we're going to use World Cup success like as a
Right.
barometer for this award. Well, what do you do when you have a country that just maybe doesn't qualify the World Cup as often? Now, obviously, restrictions are changing. More teams are going to be in. More people are going to have opportunities to like be on that bigger stage and accomplish something. But it just seems kind of inadequate because you're balancing all these like different things, and then
Right.
UEFA is also changing that. One year it will be international importance. The next year it'll be individual output.
Exactly.
Or you'll create a fake award for Lewandowski his year that you'll give out like afterwards. But you're not gonna.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Like you got to. The biggest thing is consistency. Most
It
valuable
is.
player. Who is the most valuable person for that team? If you remove them, was that team going to be the same without him? It's not the case with Dembele. It's not the case with Lamine Yamal. It's not. It's weird. I mean, I'm glad I'm not in that situation, but still, the
Right.
voters do need to be better.
Yeah. The
Like
voters
last year,
just
it was international because of Rodri. Like he won the
Hmm.
nations. I mean, he won the Premier League, but the Euros I think was like solidified it for him. Like they used
Hmm.
that as the biggest context. Whereas this year, okay, the Nations League happened, but it's not like a
Yeah.
Euros or World Cup
right.
kind of level. So they kind of like negated international football. Not negated it, but it didn't seem to be a category this year.
Exactly. And with a team like Spain, where you're not in a country where like with Rodri he doesn't have to be on his best game every single time. You want to, when you're going into a big game, you want to be on your best. But that Spain side is so good that you can interchange a lot. You can
Yeah,
even
they
your
have so many
subs can
game
probably
changers.
start for a lot of other countries. You don't yes, you're the benefit of that success. Now you do play an important role in that success, but you also are a huge beneficiary of that same success in that system. It's
Right.
more than just Rodri. Everyone would agree on that. But
Right.
I guess if they're just going to be handing out like that, I mean, they'll be a lot more
Right.
easy to predict. I guess for gambling, it'll be easier going forward. But that's all that matters, right? It's all the money in
Isaac, were
sports. So
you were you gambling on the Ballon d'Or? Are you trying to tell us you were
no,
gambling on it?
no. If I was going to gamble on anything with the Ballon d'Or, it would have been probably actually Lamal, just because of like a point Jeff brought up. I didn't think they were going to give that award to someone that young. Yet with his year, so like obviously, arguably the best, arguably should have been the winner. That would have been a great futures bet. Like if I could have had that like a year ago or a year or two ago when he first really started popping off. But at the same time, there's probably out there people that had like future bets on like Ansu Fati, like being a Ballon d'Or winner, and like
Oh
where's
yeah.
that right
Yeah,
now? You know what I
Hey,
mean?
shout out
So
to
like
him, bro. He scored 2 goals for Monaco a few days ago. I'm happy
he
for
shout
him.
scored in the
outs.
Champions League as well.
You
In
know
the
what?
Champions
I'll
League
switch.
too.
Take that back. Let's go like Freddie Adu. That's who I'll use for that example. Someone probably had like a Freddie Adu like Ballon d'Or future like
No,
20 years ago.
I got one better. Anthony
Okay.
Martial. He had a
Oh,
Ballon d'Or
that's a good one.
contract clause in his contract for Monaco.
That's crazy.
Now
Now
he's
he's
in
what?
Mexico. He's playing in
Hey, I'll give
Mexico.
you
Yeah.
another one. I'll give you
I
another one.
saw that. I saw
Rainier
his team was
Jesus.
trying to get rid of him. Ooh, that's a good one.
Rainier Jesus. I guarantee you, they were like, dude, he's gonna be the next Kaká, next
Who was
Ballon
that?
d'Or.
Was it Holano? Who's that Croatian for like Barca? That eventually, yeah, I think
Oh,
he played for like some
Halanovic.
team in the championship. Halanovic, yeah, I remember he was another
Oh
one.
my
Yeah,
god. Is that the first
yeah.
FIFA reference on the All Alone podcast?
I technically referenced 80 Vitinha being 89 overall earlier, so technically I think that was the first. But yeah, this is the first time we've acknowledged it. I've
Freaking
sadly fallen
Vitinha.
back into the trap of FIFA. I'm grinding Ultimate
Uh,
Team kind of like as we speak.
you are?
That 10-hour free trial got me,
Hey,
man. I'm
look,
kind of
man.
bored.
Look.
I'm not putting money into it though. I'm better.
No, look. I might come out of my retirement house and
Oh
actually,
no, Jeff.
no,
No,
I
Jeff.
might. I'm thinking about it, especially only
Eh,
just, but during the weekend.
Okay,
I'm an experienced veteran of the game now. No money will be thrown.
smart,
Um, SBC grind because that like it just
nice.
be on your mobile phone. Um, and if I have a few time right before I go to bed, nope, go to bed
Shout
and
out
then
to
boom.
that. I'm running a Guinea-Bissau squad on Ultimate Team. Evo to Glory squad on
Oh, and use
Ultimate Team. So I'm
Evos
very
now
excited to
too.
see
I
that
love
something.
Evos. Yeah. So
It's so, such a great
I
investment.
might come back, but definitely pro clubs will be the focus into.
The out on loan pro club squad will be electric. So
Oh
I
yes.
hope you've been
I'm,
hyping up the viewers for that one.
shout out. Go to my Twitch. I might have to publish it somewhere. I'm gonna start streaming those games. Might
Amazing.
stream it on TikTok or stream it on. Yeah, I'll do both. Why not? I might do it. Especially with now how stingy A is with names and stuff. Definitely will be a little bit more family friendly content. So you know, No,
You
That's
didn't
good.
get
That's
like
good.
banned from FIFA, did you, Jeff? You weren't like permanently banned for a
Oh, no,
season or
I just
something?
had a few warnings, and yeah,
Right.
just had a few
Okay.
warnings, just for
How long do those warnings
misunderstanding.
last for?
Oh, one of them is infinity, so
Mm. Okay, my
and
one
infinity
friend
is
got
like
banned in like one of those mobile
an
games.
unquantifiable number, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, you can live. What happens if you live forever though? Like, does that work? Like, what if you outlive the company? Yeah, I guess we'll
Just
find out someday.
buy the company, and then you could break that rule.
That's right. The
Seriously.
Out Alone podcast with Stone Productions filming will definitely raise enough money to buy EA and just make better video games for all of our football fans, soccer fans, across the world globally. But another thing, but going back to um the Ballon d'Or, I think for me what was your like? God, man, these people just don't know football. Like, what
I
was
mean, do
like?
you want my
I got
mine's
like
easy?
one. Mine was just like Declan Rice. I think he's a good midfielder. I don't think he was the best in the Premier League this year. And like, I can't speak hypothetically, but if he didn't score those 2 goals against Madrid in the Champions League, I don't think it would have been that talked about for me. I don't know.
Okay, then who was the best Premier League midfielder?
I would argue it was Caicedo or Gravenberch. I think those two were
Okay,
probably
that's fair.
number one and
I
number
agree.
two.
Yeah, yeah. I think. See, I agree with you. I think Gravenberch was the better midfielder, but I think the thing with Rice is, I mean, bro, it's just moments like that in the Champions League that, I mean, that's just magical. I can't. I'm not a big fan of Arsenal. You know how much I despise their fan base, especially online. And I'm salty as hell that out of all the teams I could have, we could have lost to PSG like 4-0, 3-0, whatever. Which I guess could have been better, or even worse, because it would have been PSG knocking out Mbappe, so it could have been maybe a little bit worse. But I mean, out of all the teams, Arsenal were the one to knock us out. A team that we haven't really, dude, they've been our kryptonite recently in the Champions League. I mean, I don't know when was the last time we beat them at and that part of it's because like obviously we don't play them that much in the UCL. We haven't played them ever, I think. But even when they had Henri, they would smoke our Galactical team, and then they did it again with Declan Rice is scoring 2 free kicks. Look, man, I just was like, what can you do, bro? This
What can you
moment is
do? What
brilliant.
can you do?
There's nothing you can do. Like even Courtois was just like, what can I do?
But I love those. You love those, right? I hate it. I'd rather that than like my team makes some stupid mistake and just blows away a goal, and
You're
then I'm
just
like
like,
throwing something through my
what can
TV.
you
I'm like,
do?
kill. I'd rather have the
Yeah.
superstar be a superstar. You know what I
No,
mean?
I was frustrated that offensively we were a disaster class that whole entire year. But I mean, defensive. I mean, what are you gonna do against those 2 goals, man? There's nothing you're gonna do. And then when you went to the Bernabeu, it was probably even worse because we lost in the last minute. But no, I agree with you. It's just what if was those warranted enough to really say he was better than Gravenberch? I agree with you. I don't think he was better than Gravenberch, but yeah, I think for me, besides the Vitinha one, but I think that's an obvious one. Um, I think just seeing Cole Palmer at 8, man. Ugh,
Yeah. Like, is
ugh,
he?
It's the
I'm gonna
Club
be the
World
biased
Cup.
man.
It's the
ugh,
He's
Club World
not
Cup,
better than.
dude.
He's
ugh.
not better than Elise.
Yeah, he's not
Sit
better
here and
than
tell me
Elise.
he should be higher than Elise. I just I'm gonna be biased there. I'll admit it, but
No,
I
he
can't say
was
it.
not. No, now that I think about it, no, he was not. Do you think Elisa had a stinker of a second half of the season? No,
No.
he was awful. Cole Palmer has been. Cole Palmer gets into these moments. I'm in a conflict with Cole Palmer.
Hmm.
I think he's a great player. I think he is.
Yes.
He's a
Looks
great player. We
brilliant at
cannot
moments.
we cannot deny that. Cole Palmer is a great player. But he gets into these moments where like he gets underrated. Like for example, that Club World Cup run he had was amazing. Those 2 goals, that performance against PSG was just absolutely amazing. And that's the type of player he's a game changer. A player that will grab the game by the scruff of his hands and just go in and score bangers or deliver that final ball or get through his player. But then there's moments in the year where I'm just like, what do you do? Just disappears. And he gets into these moments where he's underrated, but then holy does he get overrated so much, man.
My comp for that is kind of like Justin Herbert before entering this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he was one where like people would throw him occasionally into like top 5 combos, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But then people are like,
Right.
he's not even a top half or a top 10 QB, and then I'd be like, whoa,
Right.
what are you talking about? Now this year
Right.
he's been amazing, but it's that in between. And yeah, there's some moments he looked awful. There's
Yeah.
other moments where like this kid could be a top 5 arm like ever in the
Right.
league.
Yeah.
It,
He's in a weird spot. I don't want to think he's overrated, or I think just because I need a full year, and this is one of the years. This has to be the year where I'm just like, okay, you are guaranteed, because he's not the eighth best player in the world. He was never the eighth best player in the world. But then going
how
back to
much
the qualifications of this thing, which I guess more people need to understand, and I think they're starting now to realize that Club World Cup thing mattered a lot, and he did have a good run. Well, he did have an amazing final. I don't think a great run per se, but he had an amazing final. And you know what? Hold your hands up for him and be like, dude, credits to you. But this year, I don't know. He's like,
he had a really nice goal against Bayern. Like he looked, I think when he came out or like when he was on, he looked
yeah,
dynamic. I think he looked the most dynamic on the pitch for Chelsea in that game. But
right.
still, like I mean, had some great, like I said, had some great moments. But I was not sitting there like jaw on
And I
the
guess
floor.
that's
I was still
Chelsea.
thinking,
I
watching
guess
the game,
that's
like, Elise
Chelsea.
is better. I don't know. Yeah, but again, with Cole Palmer this year, how much are you going to base like how well you're going to see him do off of like team success? Because I think no matter
Right.
what success Chelsea's going to have, he's going to have to play an important role in that. So say maybe he's kind of like I don't know consistently like a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10 performance wise, but they win the league, they win a trophy. Like, is that
Right.
gonna be enough for you to be like, okay, cool, no, I got this with Cole Palmer, I
Yeah.
believe in it? Or do you
I think
need
it
like no,
comes
he
down
needs to be
to
the guy?
he needs to be the guy. And I think if they do win, let's say a trophy, let's say they do make it far into the Champions League, he needs to have those performances where you're like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And consistency. I don't want to see what happened last year where he was on fire and people are telling me he's better than Jude, he clears Jude, he's better than Olise, he clears Lamine, he's the best. No,
Not
no,
better
no,
than
no, no, no.
Musiala, come on.
No, he's not even better. Yeah, exactly. He's not even, because Musiala's had performances where I'm like, dude, yeah.
I mean, I'll still stand by it, he's the closest thing I've seen like to Messi, like just with on the ball and his ability and just like I don't know the muscle he has with like that skinny. Sorry, I glaze that man enough. You're gonna hear me glaze
It's
him quite
okay.
a bit. He's
Hey,
injured right now,
we all
but
glaze a person here. I glaze Jude
it's
Bellingham
true.
and Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. And
Hey,
occasionally
stop
we'll
flexing. Okay, stop just
okay.
flexing now. Now you're bragging.
You'll glaze Kane,
Mm-hmm.
Olise, Musiala,
Mm-hmm.
Karen.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna glaze.
Upamecano,
I got
top 5 center back.
Bruno.
I'm sorry. That was the joke. I don't know who Karen can glaze on United besides
I
you.
mean, pretty much Bruno. He's
And
probably
Delict,
the only one.
Delict,
As
Delit.
Delict,
Ari,
I've been on Delit.
Delict. Even on
Oh,
Delict.
Mazraoui. Mazraoui.
why
Yeah, he's
keep buying
underrated.
from us? Why don't you just start strictly deal with Schweinsteiger? Wasn't he? He was great for you guys. I feel like for when you had him.
Yeah, I heard Harry Kane's been kind of bad for you guys. If you want to offload him to us, Isaac,
Well,
we'll
funny
take
enough,
him.
you mentioned that he does have the release clause for next year. I think it's like 50 something million or whatever to get him, but he has to announce that he's going to use it ahead of like the January transfer window. I think so. We'll know like in a couple months if he's going to stay here next year.
So he has
But
until like January to basically
make the
decide.
decision, yeah. And then you would be able to buy him for whatever it is, like 57 or 53. It was I just saw it briefly just like scrolling on my feed, but it'd be interesting. I don't think he talks consistently about how much he loves the team. He's having great success. He already has 10 hat tricks. He's already like halved Lewandowski's career Bayern hat tricks in like a year or two of being there. Like he's putting up all-time numbers for Bayern better than Lewandowski ever did. He's a lot better than him. I'm sorry I put Lua ahead of him in years past. Just watching this man play for my team for a couple of years, it's done wonders. But I'll be interested. I mean, someone's gonna get a bargain. If it's not Tottenham, someone's getting an absolute bargain because I think that man's gonna be producing until he's 40. Until his legs literally fall off, that man's gonna be able to score goals.
Yeah, Kane is just a different animal, man. But I just wanted to give a look at the Ballon d'Or rankings real quick, man. And I'm just looking at, it just makes me mad, man. Like Denzel Dumfries ahead of the likes of Declan Rice, Erling Haaland, Virgil van Dijk at 28th is a joke. That is a joke.
Yeah.
Wow. Erling Haaland at 30. Oh,
Like
jeez.
Garassi at
And
21.
Oh wait,
right,
That
sorry.
was a
No,
bit
he was
weird
at
too.
26. Sorry, this
Garassi
list
over.
is
I'm gonna keep bringing it up over Elise. Like seriously, you
Yeah,
can't watch the
that
Bundesliga
was
with
kind of
this.
weird too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, Scott McTominay, I'll give him that, bro. He
Like
was
I
up
love
there, but
McTominay, but I don't think he should have been that
the
high.
18th,
No offense to
like
him.
the fact that he was 18 spots away from winning the Ballon d'Or.
Aaron, if I told you like
Oh
5 years
my
ago
god,
McTominay was going to finish like top 20 in Ballon d'Or rankings, what season did you think
Dude,
United would have
I thought we would have been like close to a treble at that point. You know, like Ole was still here with like prime Rashford, Martial. We thought we were gonna like be that close, but I love McTominay. Don't get me wrong, a great professional. I'm glad he's doing well in Naples, but
had?
I he should
I
not
love
have
I love
been
how you said
above.
Naples. I love that you said Naples.
Yeah, that's where he is, right? That's
No,
where
no,
he's in
I just
Naples.
some me I would say Napoli or in Valencia, but
Oh,
you said Naples.
the
So
exact
bougie,
location.
so bougie. I love
Why'd
it.
you hit that? You hit that Naples with like the Cali accent, the Naples. Like that was like a total like
Naples.
white Cali girl in Naples. I'm like, out of Jeff. You've been in LA too much. We gotta get you back out here in Bonaventure.
Yeah, I do have to go back to Western New York. I'm tired of the heat, man. I'm tired. It's it's it's
Oh,
Dude, it's
it's
hot
it's
here,
it's
bro.
uh
don't
it's
take the heat for
autumn.
granted, Jeff. Don't take it
That
for
Yeah.
is
granted.
true. That is true. Never mind. It's gonna start freezing minus
Dude, it's
30
already
degrees.
fall here. The leaves are already falling off. All the leaves already changed colors. Like I'm
Yeah,
expecting snow in like 2 weeks.
yeah. And also, this quick shout out to our women's Ballon d'Or list as well. I ton up on my tea, man. Wow, man. I ton up on my tea. Just getting in there is just absolutely amazing. 3 Ballon d'Ors in a row. That's
I mean,
crazy.
go territory.
Yeah, she's probably like, getting into that. I mean, you have Alex Morgan in there. You have Alexis Putellas. Um, but yeah, she's starting to get in there, man. What a player! Awesome on FIFA too. Packed her on.
Okay, there's the one other FIFA reference.
Second FIFA reference right there.
No, I mean, but that's where you have to give credit to the likes of Xavi and then Andres, and I mean Xavi and Iniesta. I mean, to have that impact where you're influencing a player like this, an elite goal scorer, an elite playmaker, one of the best, even when it comes to defending as well in the midfield. Shout out to her, man. 3 Ballon d'Ors, three back to back. Damn. I don't know. I'm rooting for the day there's a Madrid player that does that, man. You got to give credit to the Bar. I know Barca are probably disappointed that Lamine didn't, you know, get the Ballon d'Or, but I mean, dude, they still swept. I mean,
Yeah,
still
and
swept.
come on, Yamin's gonna win one at some point. I think
Yeah,
unless he
Lamine's
had
gonna
some
win.
injury or career change, he's got to have one.
That's the one thing I give credit to the Barca institution, man. Their academy, man. Wow, give them the best academy ever, ever.
We should just start sending more Americans over there. We need to get like
Yeah, we
we want
do.
our country to ever start developing like actual midfielders. I
I
think we
know,
need to
right?
just send them over there.
Yeah, an elite forward. Yeah, or just snatch their all the people that go in there. Just snatch them. Be like, bro,
We do have one
we'll
midfielder.
get you
I think
Taylor
Adrian
Swift
Phil.
concerts, free NFL red zone tickets, wherever the hell, free access to Netflix, free courtside NBA games. Just get your asses over here to the states and get our fucking academies. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get those young kids. This is what I mean. Like, and part of the reason why their academy is so good, especially now, is they're grabbing like a lot of kids that are from immigrants. From immigrant households. So it's like
Mhm.
America, I think you should start doing that, and probably you know sponsor
Well,
that just so we can
we
build
have.
our teams.
I mean,
So
funny enough, the one thing I would never criticize Berhalter for was his ability to get dual nationals, and he would. I
yeah,
mean, Pochettino's done it a little bit, but I mean, I think the one thing I've been incredibly angry about, which I could get into a whole nother rant about that, is like, I understand wanting to have a U.S. focus, does U.S. men's national team, but are you going to
yeah,
sit here and tell me that the MLS and the academies and that youth academy has been built to have continuous or success on the international level? It hasn't. When we were
yeah,
sitting at what, a third place finish from like 20 years ago, you know what I mean? Or like from 1940. We've kind of embarrassed recently. I don't know the last like youth player. You have what? I mean, you have Quinn Sullivan and now at Man City. We'll see how that works. There's like Matisse Albert. I mean, over in Barcelona. So again, but notice it's the American youth players that are in the European academies, or
yeah,
even coming out of like South American academies, like Johnny Cardoso. Do you think if he was in MLS academy, he would be at where he is right now? No, he went to that because he challenged. He played in different leagues. He played in different countries, and he got that experience because you
right.
don't get tested. American defenders do not have that same ability. I've watched collegiate soccer. Uh, 20, 21 year olds.
We
We
have
have,
all
yeah,
watched
we have watched.
and
And yeah,
commentated too.
Exactly. Those best 21-year-olds are playing like collegiate soccer. The best 21-year-olds, like defenders, if you want for an international level, should be playing over in Europe, should be playing somewhere in South America, or should be playing for an
Right.
MLS side. Now, obviously, some are, but I don't know. I can only agree like I'm 10 times over with that. I want more
Right.
of that shit, and I want a real change. I want to focus on a more technical level that I don't think we've really had. I mean,
I think
I don't know. When's the last
from a
US player that's
technical,
impressed you technology?
physical, physical, and I think a tactical level as well.
Hmm.
I think just all of that can really just help out.
We have some of the most athletic humans on the planet
Yes, we
at our
do.
like at the disposal. I mean, the
Can I?
amount of
Can I?
athletes we have in NBA, MLB. Sorry, no, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say I did a little bit of like researching. Uh, it's insane how NFL players are built. They're
Hmm.
one of the most insane. I mean, look at Derrick Henry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, God. He's one of the prime examples. It's just like their sprint speed, their agility, their ability to just be built different. I mean, physically, from a physical standpoint. I mean, dude, you combine that with a bit of technical ability, you have like 10 Jude Bellinghams pretty much out in the world, or you have um a million more Elises, a million more Lamines. You have like maybe a God forbid a Pogba. Pogba's start coming in, or Musa Dembele, for example, because Musa Dembele was just a different animal. Shout out to Spurs, but I don't know what other players, but yeah. God forbid the center backs. I mean, center backs. No one out running, out muscling, out jumping. No,
Oh,
or or the better positions, especially nowadays, the fullbacks position. If we
hmm.
had someone that can run up and down with that stamina and technical quality, it's game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over for whoever tries it. Like we'll have more Alfonso Davies, for example. Or we have
I mean, Jenner Robinson's turning into like a top 10 all player all time for U.S. men's national team. Like just
yeah,
with if I'm mixing in career and international success on that
right,
team. Why? Because he's perfected that role of being able to
yeah,
bomb balls in, but also pacey, just going up back and
just
forth.
up and
I don't know
down,
why
up
we
and
can't
down,
find more
up
of
and
that.
down. Exactly. So
Well, I
I
think it
think you're
goes
right.
to like the pay to play that we've talked about,
Mhm,
where it's just so many players can't afford to make
mhm.
it big in American soccer because it's too expensive or
And
too privatized. That's a big issue.
I could lose my mind on that because I've played baseball. I've grown up in like a city that plays a lot of youth hockey. Lacrosse, I've been around lacrosse a lot of my life. Those are incredibly expensive sports to play. Baseball, you need 9 people to play baseball. Football, you need 11 on 11, 9 on 9, whatever it is. Hockey, you need a rink to skate on. You need people to play. You need a goalie. Soccer, all you need is a ball, a net, and a spot of grass to play the sport. Famous quote I used for a Denny
Did
paper
you
that
write that, Isaac? Did you write that
I think
one?
I might have written that one. Why is that so expensive? It is literally like that's the reason it's been able to survive, like not survive, but flourish in so many other countries that haven't maybe had the ability to dump a lot of money into like higher level youth sports. It's because it doesn't need it. They can you're in the streets of Brazil, somewhere in Africa, somewhere in Europe, just learning and playing the beautiful game with some friends. All it takes is a ball. You don't even need a net. You can take chalk and draw a little square on a wall and pretend that's a goal.
Right.
Think about all of you guys playing World Cup with your friends like during when you were kids. That all it took was a ball and like a group of 20, 30 kids running around. Why is I mean, it's capitalism, it's America, whatever. That's a whole other
Yeah.
separate issue. We need Andrew Bergerl on here for anyone that understands that reference to explain that.
Yeah.
Um, it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know why
It is.
that's now. I mean, it's you
I
know why
know.
people want to make their money,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's a
Exactly. I
mess.
mean, another example would be like these small like arenas that we go play here. For example, here in
Hmm.
California, like Lab Five. I love Lab Five. But man, bro, I gotta spend almost like $90 to rent out an arena. Come on, man. I don't want Lab Five. No hate. Like I get it. It's a business. You gotta make money here. I get that. But man, but again, going back to capitalist thing, like I'm not spending no $90 to go play, man. And then God
Well,
forbid the conditions on where you want to go play in a park. They're awful. I mean, no one's building that to play. It's just it
yeah.
sucks.
Have you heard
And
about
even
what's going on with youth hockey in Texas either? It's another way comparison for it, where the Dallas Stars, the
yeah,
NHL team, are privatizing youth hockey in the state. So you
right,
can't like do youth hockey without operating and paying the NHL team in the state.
yeah,
Like that's crazy.
insane.
Imagine the Yankees just went into New York baseball and was like, or New York City baseball was like, hey, only youth baseball you're playing, it's got to be done through us. You got to pay us, blah 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 blah.
Imagine
It's
like the Blue
Insane.
Jays did that for all of Canada, like
it's
that. You know what
asinine.
I mean? That's crazy.
And
Yeah.
it's just the depths people will go to make more money off of children and youth sports. To all the parents, the grandparents out there, think of how cheap and like obviously you probably wanted more money being put into youth sports. back in the time. But just think of how open and that easy that was for anyone and everyone to join. Simply not the case anymore. All these travel teams and sending all the different places, paying all the money for parents, let alone the time that the parents have to spend on the team. It's a mess. It's a mess.
It's a mess. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a mess. It's a mess like the Ballon d'Or rankings and the
Great. I
stuff.
love that. I love those
And
rankings.
That's
it's
so
a mess.
poetic, Jeffrey.
And it's a mess just like what Liverpool are going through right now in terms of like their striker spots as well. Because Liverpool won 2-1 against Southampton in the what was it, FA Cup or no, Carabao Cup,
It
correct?
was the Carabao Cup. That's
Carabao
right.
Carabao Cup. And yeah, they got a headache, man. Of course, Isaac, you weren't here for like when I started doing this because I cannot pronounce this guy's name, Hugo. I can't pronounce his last
Ekitike?
name. I
Hugo
yes,
Ekitike, Jeffrey.
Ekitike.
Ekatike.
He's my striker right now on FIFA, so I'm hearing the commentator
Oh,
say it
you're
quite a
lucky.
lot. It's been helping me out right now.
Ekatike. All right, you're lucky. Well, whoa, that was the first time I think I said it
You
properly.
just said it.
Ekatike. But I call him Baby Isak because I love getting him that name, Baby Isak, because he literally is a baby Isak. Tall, lengthy, technical, but strong and quick player, an elite goal scorer and striker. And I call, you know, Alexander Isak Alexander the Great because he is the standard that Hugo or Baby Isak wants to get to. So of course the father and son duo combined today. Well, not really combined, but they both scored a goal. Um, Alexander the Great's was a simple tap in, and Baby Isak's was also a simple tap in. Both from careless mistakes, but I mean we talked about it. There's it's just really coming down to what was it that we said, Kieran? I think we kind of went into the agreement that I think for now Hugo, Baby Isak should be starting, but eventually Alexander the Great is going to get in there. He's going to be the great striker that Liverpool paid for 130 million. I mean, he got his goal today.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean,
it wasn't
I was just gonna say that like Ekatike has been playing so well, you might as well keep playing him.
right,
And like Isak probably still isn't fully fit because he didn't.
right,
He sat out all summer long, but there's going to be a point where Isak just picks up
right.
form, and then
Yeah,
he's going to make that starting spot his own.
agree. And I mean, he picked it up today with the goal, and I know it's not like the best goal in the world because it was off a defender mistake and it was a simple. But I
Hey,
mean, still, it was a
you'd rather
great
be
finish.
lucky than good sometimes.
Exactly, and you put your chances away. Some people just miss that, and he put that in the perfect. And it was a great finish too, by the way. But I know it was a goalkeeper error. But I mean, for Baby Isak, I mean that's why he's Baby Isak, man. You don't make those mistakes that he did. I know he got a red card, so he's suspended for the next game, and this is Alexander the Great's moment to capitalize on his new kingdom and get started on the starting spot, man. You know, so,
How far is this lore going to go?
I
Isak has
think
like
he
a
was writing
kingdom
these down.
now.
You got like a notepad below you or something?
Like the
our goal.
empire of
Look,
Isak is just.
look, the empire of
Isak
Isak is
strikes
about to
back.
start. Eventually, every great empire falls. So then baby Isak will become the great Hugo Ekitike. So, but yeah, I mean, we kind of called it in a way. I mean, it all comes down to who's going to capitalize their moment. Eventually, someone's going to get the start. Alexander the Great is going to get it this next few games. Because the I think if you get a red card in the Carabao Cup, you're suspended in the Premier League games, correct? Right?
Yeah, it would be if it was two yellows, it's a 1 game
Yeah.
suspension. If it was a
Right.
straight red, he'd be gone for 3. So he'll
Yeah.
miss the next Premier League game at least.
Yeah. Baby Isak got 2 yellow cards because one of them it was a really stupid one of the stupidest. Yeah, actually, one of the stupidest red cards you can get. The first one was the disciplinary because there's a foul. They didn't believe it, and he like punched the ball. Like he just literally like volleyball punched the ball out the way. That was the first yellow, and then the second goal that he got, he for some I don't know why he would do this, but you know why he did it because he's watching our podcast and he knows that he's in great competition and he heard all the chatter that I've been throwing out. He said, "Jeff, this is how you pronounce my last name, Ekatike." Boom, put out the jersey. And of course, if you're taking up the jersey after scoring your goal and kind of proclaiming that you should be the starting striker, and you're calling out me for mispronouncing your last name and calling you Baby Isak, he's gonna take off the jersey and do like a full Messi type of stuff, and really stupid from his part because he was too distracted on me and his
I mean, to be
haters,
fair, though,
and he got another yellow card, and he's gonna be out for the next game.
Hey, I mean, you're the sucker, Jeff. He's gonna be getting paid to watch football next week on the side of the bench. So I mean, he's gonna get a rest. Liverpool's gonna be able to play their other guy and rest their other backup striker. So if Isak does go down, they're gonna have a fit guy ready for the next game. So Jeff, he might just be outsmarting
Maybe
you on this
maybe
one.
he wanted more time to listen to our podcast. Like next Sunday,
Mhm.
he's just going to be sitting at home listening to all our episodes. That could be it
Release
as
the
well.
blues.
I love this, man. I love that Liverpool are going through this mess. Well, not really, because we played them in the
They
full
won.
week.
Is it a mess though if they haven't lost?
Yeah, right. What are you talking about, mess? You just
Like
like
they've won every
seem a little
single
hater right
game. I
there.
mean,
No, because now they both scored, so it's like, whoa, who do we start now? And I know Hugo got
yeah,
himself
that's
screwed over,
true.
but it's just like when he comes back, it's like, oh, it's a mess
Hey,
now.
first
Like,
Yankees reference. We were dealing with that. We had 4 out. We had a point where we had 4 outfielders, and we can only play 3. Sometimes you'd rather that. You got to sit them, but it's a better. Hey, you'd rather be in that situation than struggling to find a striker.
right.
Think of how many Premier League teams within a couple weeks are going to be desperate to find someone that's going to bag them 5, 10 goals this year. Your Liverpool's going to now have 10 guys where if I told you they both score 20 goals somehow, I mean you're going to think Liverpool had an amazing season, but it's not that unrealistic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely the favorites. I mean, to win the Prem and probably the Champions League as well. This is a thing, and this is kind
I
of
don't know
gonna.
about Champions League if they do both. I don't know if Liverpool's proven to me both that they've like have the ability to like have
They
I don't
can
know
win one.
have
They
that
have
all
to
year.
win
I
one.
think they can win one, but I just don't know if they can do both with how
Yeah,
great the competition is all around for
I
Champions League.
think. Well, the
I
good
don't
thing
know.
about them is they have depth.
Sure.
They have depth. There's a lot of teams that have great depth. Like Barca have depth. PSG have depth. And
Madrid
City,
have
I
that?
guess. Well, you kind of spoiled it because I was gonna get into that because I was gonna transition into Madrid, but you want to take over now. You want to be the host here. I'll throw you the mic. No, I'm kidding. But yeah,
Okay. Well, you should throw
Madrid,
the mic
another
to
team
them.
that has depth too, and I mean crazy depth. The only problem is they, for the last year or so, they just haven't been playing great with that amount of depth that they've had.
So is the depth
But
that great?
today, man, today was Happy Tuesday to anybody watching this.
Got a bag
Even though
Tuesday.
probably it was a Happy Tuesday today, man. That was probably one of the most exciting Madrid games that I've watched in a while. It's really good,
Bro beat a
really good
1-3
performance.
Levante and talking about how it's the best performance he's seen in years.
Look, whoa, hold up.
I'm messing with you, Jeff. Okay,
First,
jeez.
is that the first? I'm messing with you, Jeff.
I
Is
think
that
it
the
might
first
be.
one? It might have been the
I think this
first.
is the first rage bait
For
of the
anybody who,
podcast.
yeah, notorious. He's the notorious rage baiter on this show. If there's anybody that can
Jeff, it's
wind my
too
gear
easy
up
with
that
you.
isn't Kobe or Tyler Everett, shout out to Tyler Everett, bro. Shout out to my brother. Or Gabriel Orcutt as well, who was the OG like big three trio with me and Kobe. You're probably in there, man. You're probably number two.
Jeff, did you ever get that McNall study guide?
Go fuck yourself. But sorry for my French, and I've been loving the French, particularly this one Frenchman, Kylian Mbappe.
Ooh.
So that transition right there.
That was a
I'm
good
I'm a,
transition. I'll give you that one.
I'm on the
I
lead,
thought he was about to say
dude. This is
Colombia.
my game, bro. Like
Ekatike is also French, Jeff.
we
Putting
talk.
it out there.
Viva the France. Merci.
No.
Never mind. But Mbappe, man, 2 goals again. And kind of similar to.
One was
I'm
a
getting
pen.
a little. That was a. What would you say?
Wasn't one a pen?
That was a pen. Yeah, that was a pen.
One was a pen. He had 2 goals, right? One was a pen?
Yeah, one was a pen, and yeah,
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. I thought you said was that a pen? Like question
No,
question
no, no,
mark.
no, no, no.
Oh no, I thought you were rage baiting me again. I was like, dude, I'm not. That's enough now.
No, 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 no.
This is
Not
my
that.
show. This is my show.
You guys are just see me disappear.
Just like how this is Mbappe's show. 2 goals, and he's just been on a tear. Because similar to what I have these feelings when Benzema was back in 21 and 21-22, where like he was just going on a crazy tear. And there was just like everyone was saying, dude, he might win the Ballon d'Or. He's just scoring a crazy amount of goals. He's been assisting. He's been the main man for Madrid. Madrid are doing well in the league. They're beating the people that they have to beat or smoking the teams that they have to smoke. Exactly what we've been doing this year. We're 7 for 7 to start the year. One of the reasons why I'm very confident now for the rest of the year. This is one of the games that I needed to see. Can you go on a continuous run? Now, we could lose to Atletico this week and drop points, but I'm okay with that because that's gonna be one of the tougher teams that we
Already,
face.
already moving the goalpost back. You're gonna go.
No,
That's
hold up.
7-7 start, 7-7, but we won't go 8-8. I already know we won't go
Next week
8-8.
he's gonna go on a rant if they lose. You know, he's gonna
No,
want
no,
Oh,
Javi
so when they
out.
win
no,
this week, he'd be like, "Guys, I wasn't even predicting them to win. That was a huge upset. We're now 8-8."
no. I'm just saying, like football's unpredictable, and we know how tough of a team Atletico Madrid are. You know that. I
I
know
know,
that. Every Madrid fan. Atletico are
and
like
it's a
what in
derby.
15th, 14th. It's a derby.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. This is gonna be the toughest
It's like
game
They've
of
when
the
been your
Brentford
bogey
played
team
United.
too.
huh?
Like a couple of years ago. Like they've been your bogey team, right?
Oh, they've
Atletico?
without question have been their bogey team.
Yeah.
Even though we have beat them in like finals and in the Champions League as well, they're still the bogey team in the league. Like we have not performed well against them. We haven't smoked that team in God forever.
It's like
But
when we play the Ravens.
Yeah. You guys are a bogey. I can't lie. Like we could have like 40, 60% of possession, more rushing yards, more passing yards. You guys still somehow beat us.
All I need to say is I think Kenny Pickett beat Lamar Jackson in Baltimore one year. Like that's all I need to say to shade like that we have your number. Like if Kenny Pickett
He
can have like a
did.
winning drive to like Najee Harris, I had some dark times on offense, Kieran. I hope you know that. I had some bad. I
Oh,
had to
so
uh,
defend
I
myself
I had to
freshman
watch
year.
Greg Roman. I had to watch Greg Roman be our coordinator for a couple of years.
Bills fans had to watch Greg Roman too. That's another just another terrible name. I did not want to hear again. Didn't you guys have like Rex Ryan's brother at one point too?
I think we might have, yeah.
Like the one that
Way
really looks like Santa Claus. The
long time ago. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
but
How did we get to Greg Roman?
because
Mbappe to
I'm
Greg
sorry.
we
Roman,
went
I think.
from it was an elite transition because we were talking about like how like Madrid derby we can't beat them, they're a bogey team, and then we just went into like how the Steelers are the bogey team for the Ravens, and then how comparison to Lamar Jackson.
Greg Roman.
Um
Sorry.
but yeah, no, I think we going back. I think I'm going back flashbacks to that 2021 year because we were winning our games and we had an elite goal scorer in our team. And one of them was obviously Benzema that year, but I feel like this year it's with Mbappe. I mean, 2 goals again, 2 goals against Marseille, a goal in the weekend against who was it? I think no, I forgot what team he played, but he had a goal. And he's just been amazing. He's looked electric. He's looked quick. He's looked sharp. Versatile. He's been all over the place. Is he the best player in the world? Right now, he's playing like it, but I still feel like
I
he's
might say
far
Kane
in
right now,
between.
but it's a good
That
conversation.
yeah, it's a good conversation. Kane, Lamine is in there. Who else is in there? I don't know. Like yeah, but I think the big name that and it's just going back to those days where it's like yeah, Mbappe is going to be the favorite. Madrid they've been doing well, and he's just been scoring goals, like just
Mhm.
scoring goals like crazy.
Doesn't hurt
Um,
that he's French either.
yeah, and he's French too. Yeah, and it's a World Cup year too. So like
Mhm.
France will probably make it far into the World Cup unless they get a shocker upset. But even
You
even the
think it's
French
a
team has
Ballon
looked
d'Or
good.
year for Mbappe? Like if he keeps this up?
Yes, I
Like for
think
next
so.
year, I mean?
Yes, I think so. Because if the World Cup is going to count into this too, yes, I think so too. And
If we're getting our predictions, can I slide one in here? If
go
it's
ahead.
with it being a World Cup year, Pulisic top 15. If US have a if I have a good year in the World Cup, I'm
Fair enough.
going
Yeah,
Pulisic top 15 Ballon d'Or finish.
fair enough.
That's not that bad. That's not that really bad. If you
Yeah,
think about like international storylines for Ballon d'Ors, they always
Mhm.
do the best.
He had
I'll
his third
throw
goal of the day for AC Milan off the bench, so he's playing well.
playing well. Yeah. But the one player I want to talk about today was I think for me. Well, I'll go into the whole team. I think the whole team. I think what I liked about it is we suffocated the living life out of Levante. Suffocate. Every opportunity in that first half, counter press. Boom. Win the ball back. Boom. Win the ball back. Boom. Valverde winning the ball. Boom. Franco winning the ball back. Boom. Arda getting a slide tackle in there. Boom. Vinny pressing. Boom. Mbappe pressing, which he has been doing this year. Boom. Just pressing, winning the ball back. And we had a lot of players that were sitting on the bench. I mean, Chomeni didn't even start this game. We had Fede going into the
Oh wow, you're right.
in the
Tchouameni,
sixth spot.
Militao, Camavinga, Endrick, Alaba,
Yeah, all
Carvajal,
the depth
Rodrigo,
is insane,
Diaz, Bellingham.
and
That's crazy.
that's crazy. And today Xavi experimented out what I believe was a three back, but something was transitioned to a four back, which was you had Raul Asensio, you had Dean Hoyson in the middle, or sometimes playing on the right, and then you had Alvaro Carreras, who was that's another player I'm going to talk about too, man, who played on that left center back, but also kind of left, I guess, yeah, left center back spot. And even he looked freaking amazing. So I think the whole Danny Ceballos everyone looked pretty good today. Like everything that I wanted to see besides maybe an Mbappe hat trick and a Jude goal, and maybe a Rodrigo assist or something like that would have been the perfect game. Um, four goals.
He wins 4-1, and this is how he acts.
Yeah, it's just I'm no look. This was probably
A
one of our
fat
better
kid crying for
performances of
more
the year.
candy in a candy store.
I mean, you have to do what you have to do to win these games. You know how tough that is. You saw it last year, and people were saying the same thing. Oh, like last year, what was the difference? Like, I mean, you were still in the. Well, no, there was games where we should have won and we didn't win, and we didn't even look that great. This year, there's been games I'm like, dude, we've looked really good. Defensively, we look solid. I know today we conceded a stupid goal, but that player's about to go into
You
trial
always
soon, so
do.
who knows? Um, but our midfield looks solid, even though that wasn't our starting midfield. And I think what I liked about today was two players. Look, besides Mbappe, because obviously he's been the superstar. Alvaro Carreras, man. Look, I think I mentioned it last episode. I'm gonna say it again. Holy, bro, I was so wrong in this guy, man. He's just the perfect player. He's handsome. He's got the long hair.
Off
He's
rip. Okay,
big.
thank you.
But besides that, dude, offensively, amazing. I did not expect to see that from him. Quick, athletic, and he's a dog. And then defensively, which is one of the biggest things that I was concerned about seeing with him. I was like, dude, I'm not too sure. I know he pocketed Lamine, but I'm not falling for that. I want to see it in action, dude. Every game that he's looked so far, man, he's looked absolutely amazing. Lockdown, and today, left center back. I thought I saw Maldini play today. I'm not even joking. I thought I saw Maldini play today. Now I know I'm exaggerating. I know Levante are another great team, but again, you got to beat the people that are in front of you. And this is one of the
Yep.
first games that I'm like, dude, yes, Alvaro Carreras, man. Salute to you, man. He's probably gonna get into the probably team of the year, team of the season, whatever. Probably been a top
What do
five
you think
left
about
back to
that,
start the year.
Brian?
Man, thank you, Benfica. Obrigado.
No, Jeff. No, thank you, Manchester
Oh,
United. When we
thank you,
sold
Manchester
Benfica.
United. Thank you, thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah, you can
thank
thank
you,
us for
Menu.
that,
Thank you,
Jeff.
Ritra. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, all who were involved. Ruben,
Thank
whatever.
Eric Ten Hag because he
Eric Ten
wanted
Hag.
Sergio Reguilon over Carreras. I remember that day.
Thank you, because he's been just amazing, man. He is a gem in this defense and this team. But the other player, man, Vinicius Jr. today. That is what I'm talking about. That is the performances I want to see. You saw that goal he scored today? Travella from the
Vinny
right
hater.
hand side. Clinical. He was dribbling. He was attacking. He looked like and it makes sense because I mean, we didn't mention it with the Ballon d'Or talk. He was like he fell to 16th spot, which yeah, fair enough. Probably could have been even lower, arguably, because he was that bad the second year, like in the second half of the season,
I
really
have the
bad.
comparisons between him and Elise stats alone. It does not do.
Yeah,
It's
it doesn't look good. Yeah, it doesn't look good. But man, did it look good today. The goal and then the pass to Franco. Shout out to Franco as well. I'm so happy he got his first goal. That was a rocket of a goal. So happy. I love my Argentinian man. I love him. Love that he got his goal. And he looked good today too. He's slowly also getting there as well. But Vinny, man, he looked like he was on a mission, bro. And that's something that I think I didn't see these first few games. I know he hasn't been bad. He hasn't been awful. He's been pressing and he's been doing what he had to do. He's been having okay performances, good goals, good assists here and there. But I needed the Vinny that looked ferocious, that looked like he wanted to take on a player. And again, yes, they were a weaker team. They were weak. I know, I get that. But there's games earlier last year where he just couldn't beat anybody. Today he was just destroying people. The intensity. I think that's what we've lacked from him these last year. That's one of the few games where I'm like, yep. But I won't get overcarried. I just wanted to compliment him. He looked good today. So I'm hoping that it continues because you want to see it more. But there's just something different. Like you just feel it. Like you just like last year, I had that feeling that Madrid were not going to do well after a game against Las
yes. I can I
Palmas.
can I can attest to that. Jeff, the
2
whole
games
year.
in, he said they wouldn't win the league,
There's
and he
just
was
there was
right.
just you just feel it. So today, like I
I
just
think he
have
was
this good
lucky, but it's
feeling.
okay.
I just have this feeling that there's something bright that's gonna spark with Vinny for the rest of the year, which I'm hoping starts. And hey, there's a derby this weekend, so I'm hoping he gets something going. But it's gonna be a tough one. So yeah, I think Mbappe number one, obviously, because he's just a monster, goal scorer, everything. Vinny number two, he won the player of the game as well. Looks like that looked like the Vinny of old. And then Alvaro, man, God, perfect player from everything, even looks. I want that long hair. I want that with the
It
the
takes like
bandana
three,
too.
4 years.
You can pull it off. That's why I like you so much, bro. Because you can pull off that Alvaro. You're my Alvaro.
Thank you.
You should
Thank
All
be
I
you.
want for
Alvaro for
Valentine,
Halloween, Isaac.
you
Get his
should be
like
I
Alvaro.
should.
jersey,
You
get like
should
the Madrid
Kieran,
kit.
I got a great
just
one for
bulk
you,
up a bit.
Kieran. For all my Fortnite fans out there, and let Kieran know Jonesy from Fortnite would be put
You
that
think I
man in
can
a
pull that
suit.
off?
I think he's pulling
You
off
think
Jonesy
so?
from Fortnite. Yes, yes. Pull
I'd
up a
have to change
Jeff.
my hair a bit.
Pull up a photo from Jonesy from Fortnite and tell me that Kieran could not be him for Halloween.
He could. He actually
You
could.
could
I have to flatten my hair, I think, but
a little
maybe.
bit, but I think if you get the suit, you get the pickaxe. I think people are getting the reference. Sorry, off topic there, but
Whatever you say, man.
I'll consider that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all my Madrid talk that I have. I guess quick predictions before I end this episode because I don't know when the next stream will be. Because everything's weird right now with scheduling and stuff. Um, Obviously Madrid derby. I think this might be the game where, and it's always like this. I just feel it. It happened to us in 23, 24 as well. We had a good start, but then just something happened where we lost that. We blew that game. Blew that game. We blew it. We lost like what was it like 2-1 to Alvaro Morata scoring 2 goals. I just have a feeling that we might drop points. This might be the game where we might drop points. It might be a 1-1 draw again, or it might be another boring 0-0 because Atletico like to stink it up. Or who knows? I hopefully there's not a loss, but I just don't see us getting a massive result. It's an early morning game too.
was it like
Uh,
10:15 in the morning?
yeah, it's 7:15 for me here, so I have to wake up
You're
early.
okay.
Suck.
You're saying that to Kieran, who has to wake up at like 7 in the morning for his game. So I gotta,
That's
you
fair.
know what I mean?
That's fair. You
The
get
And
Dodgers.
you watch
I
United.
have to watch my team lose too. At least
Yeah,
you're
That's
watching
true.
like a good team,
yeah,
Kieran, I feel bad.
yeah.
How many times do you have to watch your team lose or like have to leave at halftime and then go to work after? Like that also as well.
Dude,
Like
I
I
don't
could
know
only
what it
imagine.
is. For the past 4 years, we always play Brighton at 7:30 in the morning, and like we always lose them 3-1. So like I'm telling you right now, to bet on us losing to Brighton 3-1. It's gonna happen at Old Trafford. I guarantee it. I
That's
also
interesting. I can get
guarantee
on
Danny
Oh
Welbeck is
God.
gonna score in that game.
that.
I'm just calling it right now.
So that's your prediction
But
for this weekend's game on
well,
Saturday.
no, we don't
Or
play Brighton this weekend, but like when we do play Brighton,
well, you have
I think
Brentford this coming weekend.
we
Oh,
do.
that's even scarier for you guys,
That's
maybe.
scary because they beat us 4-0 a couple of years ago at their stadium, and we were wearing yellow shorts that day, and we have to wear yellow shorts this weekend. Not that that really means anything,
No, that does mean a
but
lot.
it kind of does sometimes. But I'll go with a 2-1 win. I think that Chelsea win was really massive for us. I think
Okay.
that should give us a lot of confidence.
Momentum.
Brentford are good. Okay, they're not as good as maybe last year, but they're still a tough team. A very like physical, set piece focused
Yeah.
team. So it's not
It's
going
a
to be an
it's a
easy
bogey
game.
team. It's a bogey team.
Yeah, it is. They're
It's a
tough,
bogey team.
but I'll go 2-1. I think
2-1.
hopefully Brian and Bumo, the big B, scores against his former team.
Beat Mbumo.
And
I know
then
Rich is a big fan of Mbumo. I saw
he
this funny
likes
clip.
Mbumo, yeah.
I saw this funny clip. There's like trolls on like TikTok that do these live streams and stuff. It was just like, oh, Mbumo is a better player than Lamine because if you put Mbumo in fucking Barca system, like he would absolutely dominate. And the one Barca fan responded, he's like, the only thing Mbumo has over Lamine Yamal is his big ass, and I just started crying of laughter.
I mean,
So
he does.
Mbuemo
Like
has the biggest ass I think I've ever seen
he,
in
he
football.
he's got a good build. I'm not gonna lie. You can't lie.
Hey,
His
you guys,
beard's
this
really
is
nice. His
you
Oh
gotta
beard's
my
watch
really
one of
nice
these.
god.
too.
You get those
Oh
catchers
man.
position, they be stacked behind the plate with the dumpers.
Oh,
So like, I mean, you got
you know
literally
what's
the big
funny? You know what's
dumper in
funny?
Seattle leading the MVP voting. I
And we're
love it.
talking about like how because dude, I've started this trend with how I was glazing the physical appearance of Alvaro Carreras. I mean, dude, I've always ranked like who are like the sexiest athletes in the world. Dude, baseball players are by far number one if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. I mean,
They
and I
got that.
told, bro,
Yeah.
those are cow. Like, look, I'm a brown man. I don't have those blue eyes. I'm 5'9". I'm not built like that. These men, these are cowboys from the South. Sexy accent, big, built legs. Yeah, you're not
Or your
none of us are.
or your Cali boys too. You get a lot of like
Or the
lanky, like
Cali.
tall Cali boys that are like the
Yeah,
chill kind of vibe. You're
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's game over. That's a wrap for any of you soccer fan. And then if you're a soccer guy, the only thing that you got is probably money, and you're probably fit and lean. And then
That's fair.
obviously
You might be
second
short
place
of
are
that.
probably basketball and then football players. Man, those are just other brutes of nature, man.
On a campus with a D1 basketball program, you learn quickly
Yeah,
the perk. I'll just say the perks of being a basketball player
the
on a
big
very high
perk.
level. I'll just say.
So yeah, but yeah, I love how we were. How I don't know how we
So we
got
went
into
from
that.
like Brian and Bumo scoring to like
Bonnie's basketball
most
baby. We're back in a couple
attractive
months.
Oh yeah,
baseball
you're
players,
back
I
in a
think,
couple of weeks.
something
Yeah,
like that.
Brian and Bowen with his big ass. Damn,
Yeah.
bro. He should have a celebration, bro. He should do like. Remember, there was a player that did that. I
Was it
swear to God, there was.
Kubo? Was it
Who?
Kubo for Real Sociedad?
Yes, yes. If
He like
if
faked his
Mbumo do,
hamstring injury
he's like, yeah, and bro, he's got to do that. Brian's got to do that. Go.
Can,
against his former team too. Can you imagine that?
can he do the
Never
like
mind.
Randy Moss like dog pissing like at some random away stadium? That would be hilarious. If
Oh my
he has
God,
the
dude.
fake like dog pee, I think that would get a stadium going.
Hey man,
That's what I'm like.
and
Malpai hasn't done something like that.
I'm surprised too, man. You should do that at the Emirates Stadium, man. Dude, if
Oh,
he does that,
man,
you know
that's
he's
like
not coming out alive.
no, no.
Like let's say this is a league deciding game. Like Arsenal have to win this game. Easiest opponent you're gonna go through, and that dude just scores the game winner. Oh my God! And he hits that celly. He would be a legend
Electric.
in all of us. Like for all of us, like neutrals, that dude, that is a legend. He would
Mhm.
be the biggest op
He
in.
wouldn't be allowed back in London after
No,
that.
he would not. You could
Something
not
like
walk.
that.
Here, and I got
God,
one for
No.
you. Do you remember the William Gay, like Joey Porter, when we had that pick against the Bengals? It was like 2015, 2016, but they're all like crawling back, like on their knees, like from the end zone to the sideline, like that, taunting the other team. I need one of those.
Yeah.
I need like a real pure hatred. Like, this guy's going to injure me on kickoff because of how mad he was after how I celebrated. Like,
see,
that's the type of energy
I
I need.
I might go on a little rant, but this is why football beats like this is what I like about American football. Dude, it's the fact that you can get away with doing these hilarious celebrations. The most hilarious celebrations I think I like these dance moves. Like, dude, I love NFL players when they celebrate. It's the best thing in the world. Like, what's on show today? What's the celebration for today's
Well, I mean, then you
episode?
get Antonio Brown getting fined for twerking, which like
Yeah,
that was annoying. But also, it's like weird to be like go online and be like, I
no, but
think this man should
fine, you
twerk
lose
in
your
NFL
yeah,
stadiums.
yeah, no, but fine, you get fined, but it doesn't. You're not gonna get suspended from the game. Like,
No,
like poor baby Isak was thinking about me, and he wanted to like talk back against me, and he got a yellow card through that for his little
yeah.
celebration. Imagine if someone tried to do like a dance with the mascot, like with I don't know, like what's the dinosaur
Spooner?
from Arsenal? What's
Yeah,
his
what is
name?
the dinosaur?
Oh, Gunnersaurus, I think is his
Gunter.
name.
Gunnersaurus. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
imagine he's doing
Gunnersaurus.
like a little like a shimmy a with him, bro. Like that would be crazy.
What if he
Oh
makes a
my
rainbow?
God.
Do they still have Gunnersaurus, or is he gone now?
No, he's gone
Oh,
because Arsenal couldn't afford
I
him.
remember
But
in 2020 they couldn't afford to pay him, so like they fired him. I don't know if I thought they brought him back, but I guess
that is the
not.
biggest L in the
Arsenal, if you're
history of
listening right now, I'll do it for league minimum. Whatever league, whatever minimum, federal minimum is
minimum
out there
wage.
in the UK, I'll do it out
Dude,
there.
I'll
Sign
TikTok
me
it.
up.
I'll go on TikTok live. I'll find a way to do a transportable port where I can like have my phone and I'll be like,
POV,
guys,
you're in the mascot. You're like seeing through like the peepholes. Like
yeah,
that'd be
exactly,
great.
bro. That'd be so awesome. I'll even get involved in the game. I can like taunt like the players too. I'll be like, Gunther Soares is gonna come after you, something like that. But yeah, Isaac, before we probably end off this episode because we're almost an hour ahead. I mean, an hour, almost 7 minutes over the hour. Bayern.
Yeah.
Quick thoughts on them. I mean, this. I know we talked about
So
United a
happy.
lot, but you mentioned a bit of Kane and Elise, man. Look, man,
Mhm.
I think this is Elise's year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I think this
he
is his
has
year.
potential too. I mean, especially with Musiala's injury and like what this team's going to need from him, kind of being that main producer role. Yeah, yeah. The one thing I've been very happy with is a lot of other guys who looked kind of awful last year have been stepping up. I mean, primarily really with that Gnabry has actually looked pretty decent in his minutes, and he was someone I really wanted gone last year. But I mean, they kept him
It
because he
always
can play
happens.
that
Yeah.
striker role if he needs to. And also, I think we got rid of the right guys. I think getting rid of Coman and definitely getting rid of Sane, it was about time. I think Sane has kind of had some stinkers out in Turkey, I think, a little bit recently. So good to just get that money off the books as well. But I mean, what can I say? I'm looking at our goal differential. We got 18 goals scored already to 3 allowed. Our closest game was a 3-2 against Augsburg, like on match day 2. We were up 3-0, and then we kind of let 2 stupid goals in. We were winning that game throughout. Like, I mean, Leipzig, you start off the year like, okay, Leipzig again, how are they going to be competitive? Boom, you hang 6-0 on them.
Right.
I mean, Hamburg just gets promoted, hang 5 on them right away. Chelsea coming in all hot, boom, you're basically up 3-0 on them, and then they get that little kind of that other, or maybe it was 2-1. I apologize, but either way, you handle them. Hoffenheim, who you just have, you basically beat them 4-0. You finish up 4-1. You got Bremen, I think on the 26th, I want to say. They're sitting bottom table again. I think they're like 1-2-1, and we're at home. You have to listen to the annoying goal score. Like, I'm fully predicting now with Kane. Like, I'm not like I'm expecting in the sense if I want it, but I'm expecting almost a hat trick every game now, just with his pure output. He's our main pen taker. I don't expect him to miss any pens. And just what he's doing in hold up play, tracking back, holding up the ball, finding those outlets up forward, and then just finding where he needs to be to chase after, and then boom, always in the right spot to just bang that home. It's amazing. This is arguably the best Bayern team I've seen in quite a while. I said it earlier. I mean, Upamecano's approaching top 5 center back in the world territory if he's not already there for me. I mean,
Okay.
he's been amazing. I don't think people have hated on him, I think, way too much. I think in recent
Yeah, he's
years.
overhated at
This
times.
past year, he was arguably outside of like Kane and those guys. I mean, like our best player on that team, and I
Yeah,
seriously mean
probably
that. Watch the
consistent.
way
What you mean?
oh yeah, and I honestly take him over like a sleeper, just with his body and the potential that he does have on a physical level, but with his pace and his intelligence for the game. I mean, that's a body, man. That also, I know I'm getting the looks there. That's a great body for football,
This
especially
has
for a
been the. I
defender.
think this is gonna be the title, the episode of physiques of of athletes. I think that's
Is
gonna
this
be
a
the
soccer
title.
podcast or is this like a
It's
different
just,
type of podcast? Yeah.
dude, I don't mind it, man. We don't
But,
discriminate. We
I
compliment
mean,
it.
Yeah.
who is?
You know why?
I didn't
Because
even.
you think my 5'9" frame, 190 pound, probably like slow ass build is gonna compete with like I want that body, man. I want to be built like that. It's
But I
crazy,
mean, like,
but
it's
yeah,
crazy.
you're
But
not wrong.
you, all that stuff I just said, that's the team without Musiala and Davies that is also coming back this year.
Davies, when does
And
Davies
you
come back?
talking about depth. I think I'm gonna a couple months. I want to say. I know. I want to say it's around like the halfway mark. The other benefit with that with the Bundesliga is we have a month break because of the Bundesliga, so you're gonna have even more time for those guys to heal and come back. I mean,
Oh
Jonathan
yeah, you're
Tah
right.
looks great. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people I think kind of forget about him joining this team as well. And
Yeah,
then I haven't even mentioned him, but I mean, Luis Diaz is amazing.
yeah.
He's amazing. He's
I
amazing.
Yeah, he's good. I'm just skeptical of the prices and who you could have gotten. Like I think you
I
could have
mean, I
probably played
guess,
for Rodrigo. You could have gotten a Rodrigo or someone else.
but
But
here's my thing with
he's
him.
still a good player. Where I'm like, okay, fair enough. You know.
Rodrigo wants to go somewhere where he's also like the guy. I think that's a guy where he has the ability to take over and really lead a team from a forward perspective. If
Mhm.
you go to Bayern, you're the fourth best attacker on that team. You're not better than
Yeah,
Elise. You're not better than Musiala when he comes
that's
back,
true.
and you're not better than Kane. Diaz has been around. He knows what his job is going to be like
That
in
is
that
true.
team. He's a professional,
That makes
and
sense.
he's a better than like Sane and Coman. Where like while he's as good on the
That's a
ball,
you're
he knows when to cut in. He knows when to shoot. He knows who to play it off to. And I think his on the ball ability is a little better in like winning individual battles. I think that was one thing like Sane and Coman wouldn't always do that I love sometimes. So I feel like sometimes they would still lose on one-on-one opportunities. Diaz seems like he usually makes the right move, has the right move to get by a guy. And then when you have Kane, who's just usually sitting there waiting for the ball, if he can just deliver that ball, it seems like it's a goal almost every time.
yeah,
So
fair.
I'm glazing the hell out of him, but it's been a great start.
No. I think the points that you brought up are correct because I was the one that thought, dude, they should have gone Rodrigo. But I mean, it makes sense when you have a player like Elise in there and Kane. It's like you need someone to probably sacrifice, and that's like another
Mm-hmm.
big name. You know, like oh, I'm coming into Bayern. No, sometimes the team doesn't
Yeah.
need that. So that makes sense, which is why I'm shocked that Rodrigo decided to stay in Madrid because he knows. But maybe
Yeah.
he's taking that sacrificial.
I would have liked him at like
But
Arsenal, if I'm being honest. I know he might not have
he
like stood
should
out
have
right
gone to
away, but
Arsenal.
that would have been a
Like,
great connection.
imagine it was Saka, Eze, Rodrigo, Gyökeres. Oh my God, you're competing with Liverpool, like without
Yeah.
question. And
And
then you have
Rodrigo
like
can be
Rice,
the guy in that group too.
and
Like
he could
Rodrigo
be,
can
yeah.
be the
Because I
standout in
can
that.
walk
And
in
it's
and be like,
Arsenal.
"Have you won a Champions League? Have you scored 2 goals
Yeah.
against City in the semifinals?" I have 3.
Mhm.
I have 2 in my bag right now. I have 2 league titles. I've scored so many goals for Madrid,
Yeah.
and technically, there's a debate who's the better technical player, but
It's like
you know,
Buffalo. For like all my Buffalo fans out there, whoever wins the Super Bowl in Buffalo will never have to pay for any food or their house ever again. If
it's true.
Rodrigo like took Arsenal to a league, that man could live there for the rest of his life and probably have everything paid for him, just with
Yeah.
how much that
Well,
team
that whole
and that
Arsenal
fan
team
base
would
love him.
probably the
Yeah.
whole Arsenal team. Yeah.
You'd be a top 10 Arsenal player of all time, I think, honestly, if you
Yeah,
come
you
in
probably
have
would.
and you break
Yeah.
that streak.
Yeah.
that's a huge honor to put. Like, I don't know why more people aren't jumping up at that bid. It's the same thing with like the Mets in MLB and all these other big teams. Like to attach your name to a historic franchise like that and then also be the guy. I wish more players would look at that and think like, man, I know it would take a lot to like join a team like Arsenal. Everything might need to work right, but man, if it does go right, I'm a legend of the game. I'm not just another one of Madrid's greats. Not to downplay that, not at all.
Right.
But
Not
like,
at all.
you can be the guy. You can be a Man City, the guy. Liverpool, you can be the
Right.
guy. Take that and run with it.
I agree. And I think Elise is gonna start doing that with
Mhm.
Bayern because I think
Yeah.
going back to him, I think going back to the conversation with him, I think this is his year. I mean, like you said,
Mhm.
you brought up the whole Musiala point. Musiala is gonna be
Yeah.
out, so you need someone to take over that role. And Elise is just one of the most creative players. That game against Chelsea, God, amazing,
Yeah.
unstoppable. His link up with
Cucurella looked
Kane,
like nothing
yeah,
that game.
yeah, like nothing. His link up with Kane is amazing. And then
Cucurella doesn't have
let's
a good time in Germany,
going
I've
back,
heard.
yeah,
Oh, oh,
and then going back to like the physical. Oh my god, Elise is like what 6'1", quick,
yeah.
both footed, um, has a shot to him, has a
Can take free
rocket of a
kicks.
shot, can take free kicks, just everything. Premier League proven as well. I mean, if you want to put that as well, because he's dominated with Crystal Palace. Um,
Yeah.
but the other thing I say, I think this is his year too. It's World Cup year. So it's not only competition who's going to get the start. And this is why I said I think France are getting there because they look good these last years. I mean, Chouameni has been amazing. And Mbappe's been on form. Dembele just won the Ballon d'Or. Koundé is starting to become in conversations of the best right back in the world. Upamecano's been picking up form.
They have so many
Maignan
center backs too.
They have so many Saliba.
Crazy.
Who's the Kamavinga's starting to get in there as well. He's
Konate.
gonna
My
Konate as well.
one more point for Upamecano for why I've loved him so much. Look at who France chooses to start him over at their center back position. France
Yeah,
trusts him more than other guys that are also considered world class talents.
yeah,
If the French national team is trusting him, I'm going to trust that man. Sorry,
exactly.
done with the
No,
rant.
no, definitely. And then you have Theo Hernandez is in there, who I know has been that good, but you still got him. And even if you can't play him, you play a guy like Kamavinga. So I think I'm doing a double take here. Ali said this is his year because I think he's starting to flourish into that player, into the man for this Bayern team. And I mean, you see the stats. I mean, he has like what 3 goals and assists, like 4 goals and 2 assists or something like that.
At least, but I mean, Bundesliga wise, yeah, 5 goals, two assists.
Or five
No,
goals. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You bring up the
Yes,
stats, but I know he's been amazing.
he's had a great year. Great year. I'm trying to pull. I have the
Yeah,
ones from
and then
last
the
year.
fact that you have the World Cup coming up too, with that starting lineup, who would even? It would be like what Mbappe, Dembele, Olise. Who are the other players that are in there?
Due, Barcola, I
Due,
think.
Due's another, yeah.
Due, Barcola. Um, it's just a stacked team, and I think this is they're starting to get there where they're starting to get to that France team where like, dude, they might be in there, man. Especially with how good everyone's been on form, especially these French players. More particularly, I'm calling, saying Mbappe, Chouameni, and Olise, and Dembele, obviously, because he just won the Ballon d'Or. Dude, they're definitely they might. It's a battle between them, Spain, and Argentina. And Argentina might get knocked
And
out because,
America. I'm joking.
hey, dude, look, with Trump at the helm, bro, who knows, bro? He might throw
I'm
in a
not.
little
You
bit
know
of
what?
money,
It's
referees,
true.
corruption. Who knows? Hey, USA.
He's friends with
If there's one thing
Infantino. He
America's
got
good at,
his own
that's
World
true.
Cup trophy.
I'm telling you.
I
So
mean,
look, man, I think those are my top three right now. I think it's Argentina because of give them the respects and the fact that they've been playing well. But I think I'm happy that France is starting to pick up their form, and I think part of it's part of the individual brilliance that they all have been contributing to this whole year. So I'm excited to see what they do, man. I'm excited for because I love France. I love France. They have a lot of great players. I love their history. I love the accents. I love the language. I love the
You sure
probably
about
not
that?
the not probably not the probably not the full like
What about the
history and
smoking
lore.
culture over there?
Hey man,
They
people
love
like
their
to smoke, bro.
cigarettes.
They love their cigarettes. You gotta respect that. But I think next year, 2026, I'm excited to see what they're doing, man. I think this is ramping up
isn't
to
that
be,
Deschamps' last World Cup too?
and this
Isn't
is
he
the shot.
leaving?
So he might want to go out with a bang.
So it might be like they do it for him.
They do it
You
for
know what I
him,
mean?
even though
I'm gonna
he
get
could mess it
delusional.
up. Go ahead.
I'm liking England.
You're liking England?
I never want to take England in an international tournament ever. They scare the utter like crap out of me. I don't think there's another team I want to be backing less. I'm just staying with Kane and some of these other players' forms that
That's
they're
true
in right
too.
now.
I forgot
You have
about England
Tuchel at the
too.
helm.
Yes, you're
Like,
right.
they scare me as like a team where like I don't think they could be maybe consistently good enough for me to predict them to win a tournament. But if they're in the knockout rounds, like that team's good enough to beat
Yeah.
almost anybody if they're on their day. Now it's still England. That's the choke artists like of all time. But they're scary. I think Germany's a little scary. They're I think of a worse team than
Germany,
all
I
those
don't
teams you
know. I
mentioned.
don't know
But
about
but
Germany.
when you
Their
have
defense.
Musiala and Verts, like I mean, hey, Taz not been bad. I mean, hey Neuer, 40-year-old Neuer still
I don't
kicking
know.
around in that. I don't know. That's what
don't
I mean.
know.
I'm not saying they're going to be better than any of those teams you mentioned, but they have the quality and those players on the team that can flip a game on their head if they're wrong.
That's
That's
fair.
all I'll say. You still have
Okay.
I
Kimmich
was
at the
gonna
midfield.
say Portugal as well. Like it's
Yes,
Ronaldo's
yeah.
last World Cup. Portugal
Mhm.
is a good team. They're not like they haven't won like a Euros
Yeah.
recently, but Portugal I think have a good core of players too.
And you also just got to start thinking in America, like what teams and countries are going to have a lot from their like representatives there as well. You're going to have like a lot of those immigrants and people and families that have come over from those and that live here now in America that are going to be able to show up and
Right.
represent. So also you got to
Oh
start
yeah.
thinking about that. There's a lot of other communities, and with an expanded tournament, was it 48 teams now? We're going to be at some smaller nations, but some more dedicated fan bases. I can guarantee you that. So that's going to change this atmosphere like 10 times.
Yeah. I'm excited for this World Cup. I really am. Not only because it's this year, it's because I think everyone is starting to get like this will be Messi's and Ronaldo. I'm hoping Messi.
Mhm.
Like, there's rumors that he might not play, but this will be most likely
How
Messi
can
and
you
Ronaldo's
not?
last World Cup. Argentina are still a solid team.
Mhm.
Lamine is starting to get into his prime. This could be Lamine's year. This could be the year
Yeah.
where like he's like, dude, you know, um, who knows? Maybe Vinny makes a comeback and Brazil go far into this World Cup. Who knows?
You're telling me if Messi
Then
has the opportunity to win a World Cup, again, he's what I
yeah,
mean. Like,
yeah, he's not gonna play.
come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Messi's
can
gonna
win it.
play. He
Yeah,
lives in Miami. Why wouldn't
there's
he?
rumors, but that's what I'm saying. Like you have that. You have
Yeah.
so many
Now,
storylines. The French coming
if it
in.
wasn't in America,
The
maybe
United
not.
States, Mexico is going back to the Azteca. You have
Mhm.
Spain looking to make a similar to what they did back in the early 2000s, early 2010s. Go in another crazy dominant back to back triple like a three-peat almost of major tournaments.
Netherlands are always out there too. They love
And
to mess around
Netherlands are
in these
either
international
out there
tournaments.
with Xavi Simmons. I have to make a talk. I have to make a talk. And obviously the U.S. I mean, they might make it in there. Um,
Well,
sorry to Canada.
we will
Sorry to
make it in
Canada.
there.
Sorry,
Jeff, we're hosting it. We're gonna make the World Cup.
Us
Yeah.
and Canada are guaranteed to
No,
make
no,
it.
I'm just saying that I know the US are gonna make it, but in terms of like how far they can go,
Oh,
this
true.
will be
Hey,
Potch's first test.
I'm excited for some new CONCACAF teams because it's usually always been like
And the new
Canada, Mexico,
CONCACAF team.
US.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it's all that. I mean, I'm excited. Some Jamaica, some El
And the new
Salvador,
Comebol team.
Comebo. I
And the
can't
new
wait. I
Comebol
can't
team.
wait.
I'm excited. This is gonna be the weather might be shit, but this
I'm
is
just
gonna
hoping a
be
certain player from Jamaica gets two-footed in the first game. That's all I'm going to say. You know who I'm talking about. Kieran should know who I'm talking about.
I
No,
actually don't know. I don't
no.
remember.
Who are
Isn't
you talking about?
I'm Greenwood? I'm fairly certain he's representing Jamaica now.
Oh, is he actually?
Oh,
I'm
is he?
fair.
I
I
didn't
mean,
know
maybe
that.
I got to double check this, but I could have sworn I thought he was playing for them at one point. At least there's always been rumors circulating. But
He might, yeah. But cool. He might get who knows, man. Hopefully yeah, just hopefully all goes well. But yeah, I think that's all I really got for this episode. We made our predictions for our teams. Obviously, I'm not too high in Madrid, but that's not because I don't think they're good. It's because I think this will be the first major test this weekend again in the derby. And obviously, Karen, you're confident for your team. That's
I
fair
think
enough. I'm
Brian Mbumo's physique is just gonna propel us in this game.
gonna propel
That's
us.
all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I agree.
say.
I
I
agree.
think he could get a brace and we win 2-1.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then obviously, I'm confident for Bayern winning any game in the Bundesliga. No offense,
I'll
unless
go
it's
3
Dortmund.
0 for now, 4-1
Fair enough.
maybe.
4-1. Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. I'm hoping to get Ryan Adale here so we can do like a Bayern versus like
Ooh, that
before the
Bayern Dortmund game will be nice.
that would be nice because I think both teams have looked really good this year.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously
I
Bayern's
wish
a
they're
better
better,
team,
but
but Dortmund obviously one
what
of
do
the
you want
best
me to
teams
switch
there.
to my? Can I switch to my Bayern yellow or my Dortmund yellow here? I don't know if it's blocked right now.
Nah. We like the
Oh, it's
red.
blocked.
Red. I mean, we got the red here. We got the red devil in the middle here in Kieran, and then obviously we got the red Bayern
I
there.
like
So
that.
I love my transitions. I'm a master.
That was clean. That was probably your best transition, Jeff.
That is
Mhm.
dude. I am the goat when it's all said and done. I am the goat when it comes to these transitions. I have a lot of idols who have elite transitions. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Thank you, boys. This was, usually I'm accustomed to saying what you're listening to WSB, but you're listening to the Out Alone podcast produced by
The
Stone
Brennan.
Productions. Shout out to Robin Stone. Had his first is starting to begin filming his film. I think it's called Bliss, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh,
So shout
I
out to
saw the
him.
trailer for that, yeah,
Saw
on
the
LinkedIn.
trailer. This is why we're sponsored by him because this is the magician. This is the wizard. We don't call him Robin. We call him Batman because he is literally the Batman of of our production team and a real production and Instagram TikTok making team as well.
I think the roommates
Um,
are trying to break into my room as we speak right
I
now.
had
They're
my
getting
dog trying
food
to
from
break
my
into
door.
this episode a lot of time. Maybe they have an opinion on
I
this
just hear
episode.
I'm hearing loud like thuds from the doors. I don't know. So who knows? I live with some crazy.
Dude,
I love everyone I'm
I have
living with.
4 dogs, and Kieran, yeah, you're just a dog, independent.
The doc.
But yeah, you've been
Straight out of
listening
Bradford.
to. But yeah, you've been listening to the Outlaw Podcast. This was episode 8. Listen to our other episodes here on YouTube, Spotify, and check out our new content and reels if you want the more shorter, condensed versions or clips that might bring up conversations. Do you think the French team is good? Do you think Elisa will be his breakout year? Do I think Alvaro Correas is that sexy of a player that he should be considered to the top left back in the world? Give us your thoughts and thank you, boys, and have a good rest of your day.
Love you.